Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to another vlog. It is Saturday morning. We are heading to it's like Ann Arbor-ish area. I'm doing a marketplace pickup for something for the salon. I've been on the hunt for the perfect like drink bar cabinet. My salon's theme is like cocktail lounge vibes, so the bar situation needs to be very intentional. And I have a piece that I've been repurposing, but it's just not coming out the way that I wanted to. So I've been starting to look for pieces to buy. But with buying something, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it. So I found what I wanted. That's perfect and is the price that I want to. But it is like an hour and 20 minutes away. But luckily we drive through Ann Arbor on our way there and on our way back. And I've been wanting to go to Anthropologie for just to look at some decor for the salon. So I figured that'd be perfect. And there's an IKEA around the area too. And I've been also looking for just different types of like storage and shelving units and stuff for the salon. So we're just gonna make a whole little day out of it, kind of impromptu. I saw the piece last night and kind of just decided to make the day of it this morning. So we're gonna head to the salon first because I wanna take a look at our back room and our like cleaning room to just kind of get a gauge. I need to take some measurements and get a gauge for what it is that I'm looking for those, and then we'll go from there. All right, I'm in the salon right now. I'm gonna do a little update because we've got some plumbing work that's been going on, and then I'm gonna be taking some measurements and stuff too here in a second. But here it is. So the bowls are gonna be here, here, and here. And then clearly we're ready to open. Okay, Anthropologie was a little underwhelming, if I'm being completely honest. Everything in there was way more overpriced than I was even anticipating. They were like, I did almost get, they had like, even like their stuff on sale was still maybe 10% off. I did get a bar cart book though, that is very stout hair coated because A, the salon is cocktail lounge theme, B, our colors are dark olive green, light olive green, and burgundy with lavender. So that was very coated. And then I also want to incorporate some pops of like a hot orangey red situation. And there was this like plate that was on sale. It was like plate and it was like red, this like hot red orange situation rimmed with gold. And so John was like, oh, this looks like this would be the vibe. It was $60. So I was like, no. Jeez, like I knew that Anthro would be, you know, more expensive than like Home Goods and Target, don't get me wrong, but I was not expecting it to be like 3 times the amount. So if I'm being honest, I have a whole better appreciation now for Home Goods because again, I feel like I need to go into like a store like that to like just have more appreciation. But I am excited for this bar cart book. This bar book was only like $27, so I really don't feel like I would have gotten this much cheaper elsewhere. So whatever. I really went there for these bold gold candlestick holders, and they're all over my Pinterest, they're all over online. And they had a lot of candlesticks, but they didn't have as much holders. And most of them that they had were silver and just a lot more minimal and just wasn't the salon's vibe. So not a fail, but I was just a little bit underwhelmed. Price-wise, I was overwhelmed. Items in stock, I was underwhelmed. They clearly just must have a way better inventory of stuff online, so it's fine. I'm glad that we went. We're not doing IKEA because I forgot that the IKEA here, so we're like, okay, if we're like in Ann Arbor here, IKEA is like, it's like, here's Ann Arbor, here's Detroit. IKEA is like halfway in between that, so it's like still like 40-ish minutes from here, and we've already been driving all over because the drive to get the stand was 1 hour and 20, and then we had to drive an extra 40 minutes to come here in Ann Arbor. So I was like, we do not need to drive another 40 minutes, especially for like shelving stuff where I could just get that another day. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna try like Home Depot and stuff, and then if I need to make a separate trip to IKEA later on, then I will. But good morning, happy Sunday. It's definitely still very much so morning time. It's like almost 9. I slept in today. I know everyone always is very concerned when I am only waking up at 5 a.m. on the weekends. Shocker, I do sleep in. I painted my nails last night. I just do them myself now, and I didn't have them done for most of January because I just wasn't finding time to do them, and then they kept breaking. My nails were a lot longer than this, so I didn't think I'd ever be to this point, but I was like, I literally need to keep them done so that they grow, because I do not like how short they get. So I just kept like a pale neutral pink on them so that if they do end up like splitting or something like that, they don't look too obvious. Because I had them in like a blue, and I ended up taking them all off because one started to chip and they all started looking bad, and it was driving me nuts. I'm about to get this house reset. It is a mess in here to me. It feels like I haven't cleaned it since last Thursday. So we're gonna do a big old reset. My battery was getting really low, so I wasn't able to vlog as much here, but everything's all nice and clean now. It was one of those resets where sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm super like excited to clean. This morning I was kind of like dragging it, but the house feels so much better, so I'm glad that I did. I did still post a Sunday reset though on TikTok, so if you want to see the full one, or I've been also posting on YouTube shorts too, so I have a short out on it too. So the full video, because my phone was fine, it was just my camera battery that was not doing great. So either just go through my shorts or check me out on TikTok for that. But now what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna try to bake some sourdough discard protein cookies. I've made protein cookies before, and I love them because I love nothing more than a sweet treat. I love like having just something sweet every night, but obviously that's not the most healthiest thing every day. So I've made protein cookies before, and I actually really like them. And I've been wanting to make sourdough discard cookies, and so I was like, why don't I just do protein cookies then too? So, and you see my tripod in the background because I'm filming a TikTok on it too. But what we do is I have my discard here, and we're gonna mix together the discard, peanut butter, it says either use coconut oil or butter, which this is actually homemade butter, so I'm definitely gonna be using this. Brown sugar, egg, and vanilla first. You guys look at these. I am like shook. They're huge. Like, they're like half the size of my hand. I was not expecting them to rise this much, but I guess that's probably what I get for just putting whatever amount of baking soda in. I'm gonna let these cool and then we'll do a taste test. No. No, you took it already. What are just be like no. What are your thoughts? Do you wanna be in the vlog or no? You can be on the side as an alias if you want. The least I deserve since you ate my cookie.
No, honestly, it's very good. I think the texture is kind of what I think it's a little bit better because if you ever have regular protein cookies, they're kind of disgusting. Yeah, I'm so tall. They're kind of grody, but these are like just the right. It's not like chalky, I guess. I think it can be sometimes.
Have you ever had a protein cookie?
Yeah.
Oh, you're being honest?
Yeah, I used to eat them at the rec all the time.
Oh. You do like them?
Nice and soft.
Yeah, they definitely give like Quest cookies.
Shout out ChatGPT.
Yeah, literally. Shout out chat. Wow, this is crazy.
Mm.
Oh wait, these are good. Hello you guys, happy Monday. It is noon. I have done a whole lot of stuff today, but nothing very vloggable. Woke up, did my 5 a.m. workout routine, and I got a lot of stuff done on my taxes. It's Monday, by the way. I normally work on Mondays, but just with how my schedule worked out this week, I'm actually off today. And my schedule is already getting rearranged a little bit because I learned this morning that we are getting freezing rain later on this week. So I had to move my schedule around because I drive a half hour away, and then I'd say a good portion, probably like 40, 50-ish% of my clients actually come from around an hour away from my hometown, which is I am always so grateful for. But because of that, during wintertime, I always have to be super mindful of the weather, not just for me because I mainly take the freeway to get to the salon, but my clients that come from my hometown don't, and they drive a lot further than me. So I had some traveling clients coming in and left it up to them, but we rescheduled. So I consolidated, and I'm mainly just doing a really full day tomorrow on Tuesday, and then I don't come back in until Friday because it sounds like the freezing rain is supposed to start Wednesday night, and I already have my whole Wednesday booked with like other things, so I'm not in the salon that day. And then Thursday, I guess even my husband got an email from work suggesting that they work from home if they can on Thursday. So I guess it's supposed to be pretty intense. I didn't even really look at it much. I just saw freezing rain Wednesday night, and that was when I had my traveling clients. So anyway, so yeah, I just worked 2 days this week now, which is not a bad thing. So today I was going back and forth. I have some content I need to film, but I think I'm actually going to keep that for another day because I feel like I have, like, some days I want to shoot content. Days like today, I just really want to like sit in front of the computer and just get a lot of stuff done, and I need to take advantage of those days because a lot of times getting in the computer stuff done is very unmotivating to me. But I was planning on like, oh, I'll probably get ready still and shoot my content, but then when I feel like just since I started off the day on the computer getting my tax stuff done, I was just like, honestly, while I'm in the groove, I just really want to hone in on that. I did not finish vlogging much yesterday either because I'm not kidding you guys, all of 20 minutes after I finished those cookies, I left them on a plate far up on our countertop, and I literally went downstairs to switch laundry, which took all of 2 minutes, came back upstairs, and my dog ate all of them. My chocolate chip cookies. If you have dogs, you know chocolate's poisonous to dogs. Luckily, it wasn't dark chocolate. So dark chocolate is like very toxic, but they were semi-sweet. And my dog too has a very sensitive stomach. Both of my dogs do. So luckily, my sister's a vet tech or a vet assistant. So it's very helpful because between me, my sister, and my parents, there are 5 dogs. So the second that any of our dogs has a minor inconvenience going on, my sister is the first to be called. So I called her and I was like, Digo ate this chocolate. Like, what should I do? It was probably like around like a quarter cup. Like, I didn't put a ton of chocolate in, but still. And so she was like, I was like, should we make him throw up? And so she was like, I would, just because she was like, technically, like, it's definitely not worth like a vet visit as long as you can get him to throw up. Because that was the thing that was hard with yesterday, was with it being Sunday, the vet was closed. So it was then that we'd have to take him to the emergency vet, which obviously, like, we've had to take Navy to the ER before. I have no problem doing that, but A, if I could avoid the bill, I'm gonna avoid the bill. And B, Digo is also like super high stress and high anxiety, especially at the vet. So I already only take him to the vet when we really need to. And with that too, he has a hard time in like change and new environments. So I just knew that a new vet would be very stressful for him, basically. So yeah, no, she was like, I would just go ahead and make him throw up, because she was like, I think the chocolate, I don't think it's at a toxicity level to him, but I do think that just the cookies themselves are just going to make him sick, because he had like 4 of them. So she was like, I just don't want him to have like an upset stomach for the next couple days. So we made him throw up. Luckily we didn't even have to give him like, because he's like 100 pounds, so we were gonna have to give him like a lot of hydrogen peroxide. Luckily we were supposed to have to give him like 9 full syringes. We only had to give him, I think, like 6 or 7 before he was able to throw everything up. So he's all good. He actually, even too, because my sister was saying like he still might, just because like, it's good that he threw up, but he still might get sick. So she was like, maybe withhold food from him for the night, but he ended up going to the bathroom okay last night. So she did say that, because then he had like a super empty stomach, which again, like I said, my dogs have sensitive bellies, and when their bellies are too empty, they both get really nauseous. I think it's like a doodle thing, because they both have acid reflux, and when their bellies are too empty, it can like make them vomit bile. So she was like, honestly, before bed, I probably would give him just a little bit of food and just cross your fingers, hope that he stomachs it down. And I could tell he was starving. So fed him. I just gave him like half of his food. He ate it just fine. And then he ate fine this morning and went to the bathroom fine. So luckily he's all good. I feel like honestly making him throw up was probably just more precautionary more than anything. But, and honestly too, like probably an unpopular opinion, I kind of wanted to teach him a lesson, because he's 5.5. When I tell you, this dog, besides when he was like a 6-month-old puppy, he never counter surfs. But this past year, we have had incident on top of incident on top of incident with him counter surfing ever since we got Navy, our puppy. And so we've just had so many close calls of things like he's had seasoned chicken, he's had peanut butter cookies, he's had charcuterie boards, like. And so we just have fully banned him from the kitchen, obviously, at this point. Like, we just always are going to keep... We got this divider for Navy when she was a puppy, but now we just honestly are going to have to keep it up at all times because we can't trust him anymore. So, yeah, that's lovely. So that was a kind of stressful, like, 20 minutes. Luckily, we had to make Navy throw up before. So, once when he was throwing it all up, and we could literally tell that he threw up all the cookies, it was fine. So it was just more of like a stressful like 20 minutes there. But yeah, so that was how the rest of our night went. All right, it is a lot of it later. It's like 5:30. Finished with most of my work for the day. Definitely still have some stuff on my computer I need to do. I'm mainly to the point now where I'm just gonna be editing content. Sorry, my focus always gets kind of bad when it gets kind of dark. Come on, Navy. Let's go, babe. Yeah, I just sat in front of the computer like the whole day. I got a lot of stuff done that I have been putting off, which makes me just feel a little bit more put together. Did not end up getting to the salon today. By the time that I was at a good point to like stop, then it was kind of time to let Miss Crazy Girl off her leash, and she's Crazy Girl. So she's normally either leashed up throughout the day or is in her crate from like 8 to 5, honestly. And when she's on the leash, she can play like a little bit, but she just knows that like that's like her relaxing chill time. And normally around 5 is when she kind of starts to get energy, which is basically when I was at a good point to stop. So, and John is at this thing, I don't know, a like local football, a big football player is in town and is doing some speaking thing that he went to. Salon updates though, flooring in the bathroom is like 90% done. And then it sounds like too, the first plumbing inspection is gonna be done on Wednesday. So hopefully that all goes well. And then they can kind of keep going with that. It sounds like they're already starting to, I'm getting a wall built over our plumbing lines to hide them. So it sounds like that's also gonna get started here soon too. The contractor was starting to get some stuff for it, I guess. So I wasn't there today, but that's all that I heard that was going on. So stuff got moving over there. Weirdest thing, I still don't really know how, but basically with my husband's job, so he, with his like day job, he is a marketing director, and with his job he does a lot of community engagement. So he knows a lot of like similar minded people that work at other nonprofits in our community. Apparently he got connected with a news reporter at like this event, at this conference that he had to host back in November, and something about, he said he was on a panel for this conference and he was talking about how he owns a home, and apparently this reporter just like loved his story and now wants to interview us for our town's newspaper. So that's cool. My husband just told me about this though last night, and they wanted to come out either today or tomorrow to take a picture. He told me about that this afternoon. I didn't know they wanted to take a picture. I didn't know that they wanted to come so soon. So I'm not sure when we're doing the picture, but we're actually going to be doing the interview via phone call at 7 today. So maybe I'll show you guys some clips of that. And yeah, I don't really know what all that will entail, but.
Perfect. And how long have you guys been married?
We are going on 2 years on June 2nd, and then we've just been together as a couple, I think going on 7.
So what made you guys decide to go ahead and plant roots in Toledo? What were the positive things about home ownership?
My perception of Toledo slowly started to change. So at one point, there's so many things just happening in the city, I think every day, that really showed us that this was really a good place for us to truly lay our roots.
Both too, like while we were buying our house, that was when all of our wedding expenses were starting to come out too.
And moving away would have meant starting pretty much from scratch.
A little bit. So I work in Bowling Green right now. I will say I am extraordinarily lucky when it comes to this. And in all honesty, like pretty much most of my clients from Defiance were able to start coming to me in Bowling Green.
What's the best part about being a homeowner in Toledo?
Love having a space that is ours, and this house in particular is going to be extra special because this is where we ended up eloping, and we ended up like sharing our vows here. And so I feel like just finding like just little things, like kind of like having those roots planted and having those little those milestones that get created here big. And there's still so much community here, so much so it actually encouraged me to, I'm in the process now of opening up my own salon too. Good morning, happy Tuesday. That interview last night was really cool. There's a statistic about Toledo, the city that we live in, is like top 3 best cities for first-time buyers to purchase like their homes at a young age or something like that. And my husband met this reporter at this conference that he hosted and was on the panel of, and I guess he brought up at some point that we own a home. And so she was just like, I guess he like told her a little bit of our story, and she just loved it. And then when this, and that was a couple months ago, that was already, what, almost 3 months ago. And then the statistic came out, and I guess she thought of my husband and I and wanted to interview us. So that was really cool. I'm gonna end the vlog here because I'm actually gonna start a new one right after this. So I just wanted to close this one out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna link all my other social platforms below too if you wanna keep up on me there. And I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.